Hello, everyone. I have the biggest Disney's Dreamlight Valley news for you today. The release date. That is really what everybody wants to know. What is coming and when? That is always kind of the biggest thing. We have had some conversations over the last few weeks about what week it was actually going to show up in. In my last video that I actually talked about this, the 27th of February was the kind of suspected date. I was even guessing it was going to be kind of maybe the week before at the earliest, but it turns out the 27th wasn't that far off, which is very surprising because I remember reading some of the comments on Reddit about the potential release date, and there was so much backlash and how much speculation there was. It was the wrong week, and I was like, whoa, it was just talk about, somebody's guess about when it was going to be coming. But guess what? That guess ended up being pretty spot on. They were one day off. So don't forget to save the date for February the 28th. Not too bad. We do know there is going to be a new realm in this update. It is going to be Monsters, Inc. We are going to be getting Mike and Sully. And yes, this is a free content update, so nobody has to worry about paying a cent more for this game, which I know some people were kind of upset about back in December 5th to be exact, when the full game kind of came out for everyone, and we had the Isles appear, Eternity Isles, and that was a big expansion and everything. A Rift in Time was what that update was called. Now we're on to update 9, and that definitely brings in some more excitement. There was a community challenge back a little while ago with the armor that was promised to us ages ago. That armor is now going to be available in this update. This is very, very big, and it was teased in this post. If you kind of just pause it and you have a look at what's going on, you can tell this is 100% the armor. So if we look at the comments here, this here was promised to us before. Here's actually an image of the concept art for it. This was actually back a while ago that this was sort of promised to us, and it didn't actually come. Now, this was something here that was teased as well. It was going to be the Walt Disney statue, so it was going to be featuring Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse together. If you guys play Disney Magic Kingdoms game, that is the main statue there when you come right off of Main Street, and your parade float actually goes around it. For those of you guys that haven't, don't worry, it looks exactly like this. Exactly. So, I feel like as a Disney Magic Kingdoms game player, this was something that was super obvious that it was eventually going to be coming. And even before it was teased, this is just a really, really big staple to, all Disney in general. So that was really big. We had a post on the 20th. What changes to Scrooge McDuck's store would you like to see in the update 9? So improved stock rotation was actually the biggest one. Stock rotation is a little bit... but it's more just for trying to get items that are super rare. There's a couple of items, for me, the Toy Story stars are eluding me at this particular moment that I literally am super upset about, but it's kind of that one big item, I think, now that will not show up in my store. But it's just I have refreshed my store, and I've done loads of videos for this where I've refreshed my store over 100 times and proven it in one day. And yeah, it's just I'm looking for these things, and sure, I found something else that I wanted after over 110 times, but that was a lot of work. That was a lot of refreshing your store and waiting for your game to load. So I'm sure we can all, everyone who's done that at least a couple of times in their life, refresh their store, you probably know how painful it is. The doors are also something really big, at least for somebody who likes to decorate, which is me. I feel like the doors were something that they teased last year in 2023, and it was oh my gosh, this is crazy. Increased catalog limit. This is an issue for sure. But I also think that they need to allow us to be able to sell items. So I'm hoping that there's going to be some sort of change like that coming, because that is a pretty big deal. Because sometimes when we buy things, we used to not know when there was a new item present. You're like, I think I have that one. I think I have that one. You never knew. And you were even buying multiple wallpapers of the same stuff. So it's we've wasted, a lot of people, including myself, so much gold. And it's you're never going to get that back. But the other thing is that if you've bought, let's say, 100 of, the mannequins, and I don't mean the mannequins that we craft. I mean the actual mannequin that for those OG players, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. That black with the pink dress. Yeah, Cinderella. It essentially, like I have so many of those. I would like to sell a few now. I really, really would. So yeah, there's a couple of things in my inventory. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to sell that, please. But it looks like improved stock rotation still wins. I'm actually worried about the limit. It says a little bit outside the store, but the limit that for actually placing things in our valley, I think it's too low. I think it's way too low. I'm about halfway to finishing it up, but I feel like if I did finish decorating, both the aisles and my regular valley, I think I'm going to run out of room before I get to finish. So I am putting that out there that if they're ever going to expand to more land, they are definitely going to need to give us an upgrade there. Now, I was really happy to retweet this just literally less than 24 hours ago. Scrooge McDuck's store is getting a major revamp in Update 9, and it won't cost you any additional star coins. So I remember when I first read this, I'm like, what? It's more we don't have to upgrade it. So it's not like, how Scrooge's store at the start kind of looks like dumpy. It's kind of trash, right? It's got like boards over the windows and stuff like that. We're not going to be seeing any of that. We're not going to have to spend any more gold. It's just going to upgrade itself in this update. Expect improved stock rotation stores, increased daily catalog purchases limit, along with more pedestals to purchase from. So that is actually huge. And that actually covers pretty much what everybody wanted. So all three of the things they were, kind of teasing here about like what changes do you want, they have all the changes for us. So I'm really, really happy to see that. Now let's talk about the latest post that they just did today. The laugh floor is what this update is called, Update 9. A couple of things I want to point out, just generally. This here is the realm. This is going to be the whole point behind the door. So this is going to be really cool that we're going to kind of be able to have this and experience it. I do want to point out that we can currently, because I feel like some people may not know this, especially if you haven't purchased the Eternity Isles or, you're still working on things. This is actually something that you can make. So all you have to do is have the Isles update and you can make it happen. So that is fantastic. Now this outfit, I am wondering if this particular outfit here is going to be a reward for actually doing all the quests and leveling up Mike or Sully to their final thing. Now we are seeing an additional hairstyle there, which I've never seen that before. So I think that's going to be really amazing. I don't see any particular hints though about, like teasers about any additional stuff coming that we don't know. I tried looking kind of in the background here. I was just like, okay, well that's Mickey's house and that's Minnie's house. Like I'm not seeing really anything else going on here that would signify, something else coming. I thought maybe there was a little something there. I was like, oh, is it going to be a bear or something? But I don't think that's what it is. I can't tell if that actually is something that we need to be questioning or it's just a shadow and it means nothing. But yeah, I don't really see any additional flowers. Obviously, the sunbird sort of up here, sort of not really flying, but sure, we'll just go with flying, but it's not exactly what it's doing. It's like it doesn't tell us anything new about any new, companions or anything. So I think pretty much this update's going to be kind of base level in terms of, new stuff that we're going to be getting. I think a lot of it is going to be Star Path heavy. Now, this is also something else that this outfit could be a part of is the Star Path. So I think Monsters Inc. is going to appear a little bit in that Star Path, and this actually could be the thing. So we've had hairstyles come in before. So Hocus Pocus was a really big one in and around Halloween of 2023 for the hairstyles and stuff. So I feel like maybe that is going to be something that they actually go ahead and incorporate in there if it is not a progress reward. So you might need to spend some of your moonstones on the Star Path if you guys, want to participate in it. It is totally achievable if you do your dream snaps. You do not need to spend real money on it to be able to get it and participate. So even if you just have to submit something every week, even if it's really bad, people somehow still get moonstones. I really don't understand. But even if you have the worst picture, I think 400 is the lowest I've ever gotten. So, and I mean, I actually try really hard in mine, but I've seen people just basically, take a picture of their back of their outfit and there's nothing else around. And I'm like, okay, so this is obviously an outfit challenge, but you know, it's crazy how little some people actually care. And I think it's a lot of it has to do with, I think some people think it's rigged. I kind of think some of it is, to be honest, because it's like you get like the best dream snaps and they do really bad. And I'm not just talking about my entries. Like I've seen people in my community from Discord post like amazing stuff, and then they get like, I'm like, nobody can do anything better than this. Like I don't understand. And like I even do worse than them in terms of, you know, creating a masterpiece, and somehow I do better. And I'm like, that's impossible. I'm not saying my stuff's not good, but it's just more, it's shocking. Some people getting like 400 moonstones or 800 moonstones when there is just hours and hours and effort just being demonstrated in that one photo. So anyways, I think there has to be a little bit to do with that. But I think this is going to be really cool. Apparently purple skin is going to be a thing. I don't know if we can currently do that. I've never tried, to be honest. I set up my character at the start with her skin tone, and I'm like, I am just making my beautiful character look exactly like my beautiful self, and we're just leaving it at that. I think the only time I got really fancy was eye color. I tried makeup a couple of times, like the first few months of the game, and it was so scary. It was like, what are you doing? And I never did it again. So this is going to be cool. We're actually going to be able to look like a monster. I may try it. We'll see. Maybe I'll make myself like green or something, and then I could be like the Wicked Witch if I wanted to. Okay. Maybe I'm seeing the appeal to having, you know, these funky color skin tones. I could totally go for that. But yeah, anyways, this does look cool. I'm not like super in love with this outfit that they have on display here, but it is really cool. There's a whole bunch of doors on those pants, and I think that's fantastic. So it's again not the flashiest like oh me outfit like the last Star Path the dress was, like that ball gown. So gorgeous, and that was so me. But you know, this one is fun. I'm definitely going to use it for the update. So yeah, I think that pretty much touches on everything that we kind of know so far. The Star Path, obviously, Lady and the Tramp is going to be in there, I guess. I should, you know, recap on that, too. So that's going to be awesome. There's that snake hairstyle that was teased on Valentine's Day. Like, there's going to be a lot of different stuff happening. But if you want to talk more with me about this new update, I will be live right after this video goes up. So you guys will be able to come and chat with me for a bit while I refresh my store. Yes, I'm going for those Toy Story stars today, or unless something else catches my eye in the meantime, which is very possible. But those are kind of the big goal for today. I'm going to refresh a bunch of times until the stream gets bored. And yeah, basically after that, just talk about the new update, do my dream snaps, do all that kind of stuff, share with you guys a couple of new, like, sort of updated things in my valley, and we'll go from there. So I hope everybody has enjoyed the video today. If you guys have, make sure you leave it a big Mickey thumbs up. If you're brand new here, for the first time, welcome. But make sure you guys subscribe and turn on the notification bell as well, so you guys don't miss when I post a video or go live for Disney's Dreamlight Valley. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.